Good morning. So today's a good day. I've been up since before 5 o'clock this morning. I haven't gotten up out of bed, but I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. I tried for a while, but there was a dog barking really loud outside and I just couldn't. And so I did meditation and then I got up and I got my coffee. And my son is home, so I'm going to go home and get him out to school. But I still have about 20 minutes until he needs to even wake up. So I'm out here with the dogs. Took him out for a walk. Yesterday, I went and met with my friend, Simon. He's really smart. So we sat and brainstormed. I haven't seen him in a while. And sometimes when you don't see somebody in a while, you forget how much you enjoy their company or how smart they are. And we sat down, we brainstormed together, and it was super helpful. He has he's really good with logistics, and he worked and still does in marketing, strategic marketing. And we actually sat down and started talking about the workshop that I'm putting together, and helped me put things into, he knows the right questions to ask to pinpoint exactly what it is that I'm doing, and then find like, and then to find the best way to word it, that it strikes interests and that it talks directly to my target market, figuring out who the target market is, exactly what it is I do, exactly what needs it answers. It answers, what needs that there are that it answers, and how to, what the potential customer is going through, so that we can direct the marketing at the potential customer, so that the wording is just perfect to touch them exactly where they are. And even to do that, you have to figure out exactly what it is. We had to sit down and actually think exactly what it is that I do, exactly what needs it answers to, and exactly who the target market is, and who I want to be contacting me in regards to this workshop that I'm working on. And we did some really important work. We sat for a couple of hours. I'm really happy about that. And worked some things out on paper. I still, of course, have to sit down and work them out with myself, to pinpoint a little bit better. And then this morning, I have a meeting with Roy, who is the one I'm working, the one that's the workshop guy. And instead of doing a Zoom meeting, I'm actually going to drive there and meet with him, which I think will be a lot more productive. I'm going to take all my notes. This morning, I think I'm going to sit down. I'm going to upload some of these videos that I have from yesterday and today. Well, this one from today. And take my notepads and put everything into Google Docs so that I have it. And here's where I got to the lookout points. With the twin flame journey, I don't know, this morning when I got up, I always have these mixed emotions. I remember when I was a kid, I used to get up in the morning and I was just excited. I wanted to get up and go outside. And this morning when I woke up, there's this hour right when the sun starts coming up. There's this, oh, look. It's a deer. It's a deer. Wait, I'm going to try to look. You don't see them very often anymore. You see it? I know it's running. You can see its white tail bouncing. I don't know if you can see it. It's down there. It stopped. That's right. When I was talking, that's so good. That is just like so perfect. I'm still watching it. Like, there's no way that I could film it because I would have to zoom way in there. It went behind the bushes down there in the valley. When I was young, I used to come out here and I would see them, I would see them in groups. That was just one single one. I would see them in groups running. Anymore, it's been, how old am I? I'm 46. So 30 years almost. I was 17 when I got here to this area. Well, I've gone and come back and gone and come back, but at first I was 17, so it was almost 30 years ago that I'm talking about. Wow, that's a long time. I can say I was 17 30 years ago. I was 16 30 years ago. Wow. I was my son's age. So this morning when I got up, I could hear the birds chirping outside really loud. They get like really loud at this one point, and I was thinking how fun for them. They get up in the morning and they just praise the day. It's like how fun to be alive. And I have in the mornings I get up and for the last few months I get up and every day I say thank you for my life, and thank you for and I go on a list, on like a thinking list. But when I woke up this morning, I could feel the energy of the birds and I could feel what they were feeling, like the excitement of the day. And it took me back to my childhood. And I remembered how excited I used to be to get up in the morning and just start my day. Get up in the morning, I just want to run outside. I want to get dressed and run outside. And I do that pretty much anymore too. I get up in the morning and I take the dogs out and I go out, get outside into the day. With this twin flame journey, it has the potential to be the most exciting, beautiful, loving, like a being living in heaven on earth. And then on the other side, the flip side of it, when it's not fulfilled, it has the potential of making you like the most miserable you could possibly be, even when you are sitting here in heaven and earth. And I think that with this journey, that the way that I see it happening and folding out, yeah, it's a folding out, unfolding, is that I am on my way to being in that state, the state of appreciation, self-fulfillment, self-realization, self-enjoyment, being able to just enjoy all of this, living in heaven and earth, regardless of outside circumstances, regardless of him, without dependency on him. I think that there's also, with the twin flames, there is a potential, if if you try to force a reunion or a union, then it's kind of like a backfiring. You get this dependency. I could see how this relationship, I have spider webs on me, how this relationship in potential could be a very codependent relationship, and then either party isn't fulfilled within themselves. So I'm going for the self-fulfillment. I'm going for the self-fulfillment. I I I I want to hold on to my personal power. I want to be the director in my life. I want to be fulfilled completely, regardless of any outside circumstances. And I want to be in my life by choice and not by dependency or habit or fear. So I want to live a fulfilled life. And even with all the pain that is involved in this journey, and there is so much pain, sometimes I feel like I don't even know if I can take it anymore. But I feel like compared to the beginning, maybe now it's still painful. Some parts of it I feel like are I can't really pinpoint what is more painful, if it was more painful in the beginning or if it's more painful now. But I feel like in the beginning it was more, I was more confused. So there was so much pain, but it was like a confused pain. Now I feel like there's the pain and the connection feels stronger. Even now, when where we left it was that I told him I don't want to, I didn't tell him outright that, but that was the gist of the conversation, is that I just can't, it's too painful for me to be in touch with him. And that's where we left it. And even with that and all that being said, and me actually just leaving it and telling him to let go too. בוקר טוב.
זה הליכה עם כוס קפה.
זה על הבוקר ככה. Meeting my neighbors and talking to myself. Lovely. I think it makes people curious. I used to be like totally embarrassed of it, but anymore, I don't know, embarrassment kind of went out the window. And that also has to do with this journey. Boker tov. So here's another friend. I'm going to stop this for now. I started meeting certain people every morning almost out here on the path, so we become friends. So I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's more painful now, even though I feel like I know what it's all about. But the closeness, so even where we left it last time, even though we left it where we left it, I still feel connected. I still feel like we're connected. Like it's just a matter of time. It feels like it's on the back burner. Like I feel like the connection is always going to be there. I can say, okay. And, even if it's like no contact, I still feel that the connection is there. It's funny. It's funny. And I feel like I want to say it precise or not say it at all. There's a whole tree of domain here. They look like they're pretty ripe. So we're going to get a couple of them. To really watch for bugs. A lot of times they have worms in them. Especially the ones that are brown, which are the ones that are ripe. Oh, this is a nice tree. Look how big they are. Check them. That one looks pretty good. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to get my son up and get him off to school. And bird flying over, chirping really loud. I always see the birds, and they're always in pairs of two. For the most part, they're in pairs of two, and they play with each other. And a lot of the bird species, they pair for life. And it kind of makes me feel like wanting to be like that in love, Okay. I'm gonna stop this here.